Microphone check.
One, table 3. One on table 2. There's 1 on both tables right now. We are racing to 6. Who makes it first? Time is to tell. I can see the enthusiasm, the zeal, and of course the commitment in the players table right now. They are all in the money brackets. It's up to them to increase on the money or to settle for what they have right now. When you lose at this round, you settle for either 200,000 or 100,000. When you proceed to the next round, you aim 700,000 or 350.
One minute. Sorry.
I now hope, dear viewers, that sound can reach you audibly. Once again, kindly inform me if you can hear the sound audibly. I struggled with the network a little bit to start. It was hard to start the video without buffering images and flashing photography. From where I'm watching, it seems okay. I just want to confirm that even where you're watching, it is equally okay.
Kasozi wasn't in the lead. Number 3.
Thank you guys for that clarification. Now I am streaming 2 matches at the same time. Facebook Break and Finish Live has Moses Mafia taking on Rashida Motesi. Peter Chebe Live YouTube has Joseph Kasozi taking on Caesar Chandiga. In both matches, the race is 6, and they are the 2 semi-finals of what has been a 64-man competition that is left with only 4 players in participation. Call it a 64-man comp, but it has had 1 lady in participation. Yes, man sometimes represents both men and women. 1-1 between Rashida and Mafia. 2-1 Joseph Kasozi leading against Caesar Chandiga, and both matches are races to 6. And to present you this action, my name is Peter Chore Live, and the commentary is resuming shortly. Now Joseph Kasozi, clad in white, to respond to you. Rick Mobile Solution is ranked number 1 by the Pool Association of Uganda. I also like to make a disclaimer that the association ranks players only from events that are organized by the association, not a tournament like this one. Those ones can be maybe 3, maybe 4, maybe 5 in there. Yes, and while Caesar Chandiga is now ranked, am I forgetting? Something like 6 or something. Last time out that these 2 guys faced off was a semi-final of the tournament of the Pool Association of Uganda that was held in the district of Fort Portal, Midwestern Uganda. It was won by Kasozi. He did defeat Caesar in the semi-final, a race to 7 that ended 7 frames to 5. But it wasn't the very first time in an event of the association that Kasozi was defeating Caesar. There was another tournament which was a final, this time held earlier last year. It was called the King of the Table Championship. It was won by Kasozi 9-8 in the final. Even that one wasn't the first. There was another final of the Pro Association of Uganda now in 2022. It was called the Grand Open Championship. That one was also won by Kasozi, defeating Caesar by 9 frames to 8 in the final. In fact, that match did preempt a money match between these 2 players, going for a long race to 21 for $1,200 US. It was organized at Lamore Bar in Kampala. That match was won by Caesar with 21 frames against Kasozi's 10. The 2 guys are good friends in real life, and despite those 3 wins over Kasozi by Caesar in tournaments of the Pool Association of Uganda, there must have been at least 7, if not 8 matches that have been won by Caesar, all of them in tournaments like this one. 2-1 Rashida Motesi leads against Moses Mafia. Once again, that one is on Break and Finish Live Facebook, while the one you're watching is still having Joseph Kasozi leading by 2 frames to 1 against Caesar Chandiga. The 2 players were Uganda's representatives at the World Heibo Championships, the World Heibo Masters tournament that ended a few hours ago, won by the Chinese player Zhang. 5 million Chinese money, 680,000 US dollars. The kind of money that I normally say that if I converted to my own local currency, you remove the slate of the table from which these guys are playing, and then you put the money in the table itself, and it fills the whole table. You don't have a space to put the balls. That is how much that young man has won. I think his life may have changed forever. Joseph Kasozi, he's called the sharpshooter because of the ability to shoot balls from long range sharp and on targets. That one was, however, a miss. He leads Caesar With the one red ball, the one closest to the white ball, he will want to put it long range target to the corner pocket, the top right of your screen, drawing the white ball backwards to get white for the one which is near his standing position, getting some of the fans by surprise. They thought he would get white for the one which is at the right end of the table. And when a frame reaches this level, when the player is the scorpion, it's when I say that the rest is a formality. You will never ever get knocked from that kind of range. This one will be the Scorpion's equalizing frame. Caesar 2, Kasozi 2, race to 6, semi-final. The prize for this victory will be to take on either Moses Mafia or Miss Rashida Motesi. In that one, Rashida is now leading by 2 frames to 1. It's on Break and Finish Live Facebook.
Ladies and gentlemen, beers are only 5,000 shillings, and the bucket goes for only 20,000. So your 20,000 will earn you 5 beers of your choice. Make use of the waitresses. I said, if you blink, you lose. If you blink, when you blink, Otenia or Figo, Onya or Ramanyu. So let's drink. I want
Also, meanwhile, please don't forget to like the video. Top class action between 2 top class players. They could make a claim to be Uganda's best players, especially because of the recent trend of events. It's not for nothing that you represent a country in the World Championships, and I'm speaking about table. But now we are back to the small table, where these players have a specialty. Joseph Kasozi going for frame number 3 for himself, with one visit of the table. The sharpshooter, number 1 ranked player of the police station of Uganda. One player that has Caesar's number, likes to take down Caesar, knows how to take down Caesar, has done it so far 3 times in big comps, even bigger than this one. He aims for the black and sinks into the center pocket and leads by 3 frames to 2.
rest to 6. 5 beers are only 20,000 shillings tonight. Tournament prize.
Thank you for watching. Kasozi Regan. You think Kasozi doesn't have a likable character? I cannot agree with you at all. He's a likable guy. For instance, I can give you an example. The first match he did play today against Gideon Guanika. Gideon came late. He's a young man, so Kasozi was leading by 3 frames to 0, courtesy of a walkover countdown, because by the rules of the game, the players who were absent at the start of play, as advertised, were supposed to lose a frame every 15 minutes. So Gideon came into the arena 18 minutes later, and he was told that he was down by 3 frames to 0 and needed to win 4 frames in a row. Kasozi told him, you know what, let us play from 0-0. Just that is, there's no better way to show sportsmanship than that. And I want to disagree with you. He's a likable character. Sometimes he's a victim of some of these players, these boys who like to speak a lot of English on the white ball when they are playing. He's the player that they don't respect at all, and I'm speaking of respect on the table, not in terms of general life. He's the player they like to play against so many times. Sometimes they beat him, most especially Hazard and then Ibrahim Kayanja. But it's always something sporting, so he's a good guy. Bonja Lawrence, thank you for watching. And Ricky Chikawa reminding us that Crystal Palace have won the FA Cup. Okay. Congratulations to them and hard luck Manchester City. Ricky Mobile Solution, thank you for watching. You want to see where this one will end. I also want to see where this one will end. MX, thank you for watching. Kalisa Jimmy Kandik, you're supporting Kasozi. While Fisco Osborne is reminding us that Caesar is ranked 6th this year. Joseph Kasozi going for clearance number 3. And for players of this level, this match can go either way and it wouldn't be surprising whatsoever. Although Caesar is always a favorite when he's up against players, most especially from this country, most players from this continent, he's a nominal favorite. But if there are any players that can take him down, and it's not surprising whatsoever, Kasozi Joseph is one of them. Not because of his own ability, but also the fact that he has demonstrated it a few times before that he is more than capable of taking down Caesar. King of the Table Championship final, as well as Grand Open Championship final, both events by the Polar Station of Uganda, as well as Grand Open 2025 semi-final. But Kasozi knows that every time such near misses come into play, Caesar will never ever hesitate to punish you as an opponent. But it will not be this time, seemingly so, because the Scorpion has gotten to miss a ball that I have to confess I never saw coming. Now Kasozi will want to go 4 frames to 2 up by finishing this Reds frame. Red to the center pocket, then red to the corner pocket bottom of your screen. And the last red, the one which is so close to the yellow, all portable to corresponding corner pockets bottom and right of your screen respectively. The kind of white ball he's having, maybe he will want to put black to the center pocket on the right or something, just like that. He has played the white ball so neatly. The sharpshooter, as Joseph Kasozi is called, is now having a healthy lead against the Scorpion. Kasozi 4 and Caesar 2, race to 6.
Table 3 and table 2 is locked at 2-2. Mafia 2, Modest Russian 2.
In the next 1.5 hours, this comp shall be done. I am certain, according to the playing speed of these players. After this action, which shall be done, the match you are watching maybe in the next 20-25 minutes. Then the second semi-final maybe in the next 30-35 minutes, and the final in 1 hour. And that will be it. By 10 p.m., latest 10:30 p.m. East African time, we shall have a winner. 2-2 between Mafia and Rashida. Once again, that one is on Break and Finish Live Facebook. 4-2, Joseph Kasozi having a lead against Caesar Chandiga. It is the hunter being hunted. Thank you for watching. Hayati Nagadia supporting the sharpshooter. Valeria Crash, you are asking who lost to Mafia. Mafia is playing the second semi-final, taking on the Lady Rashida Motesi on Facebook. T2 Worldwide Trending. Thank you for reminding us. And lest I forget, this one will be the last tournament I will be streaming before myself and more than 30 other Ugandan players do leave for Eldoret, Kenya early morning this coming Wednesday to participate in the Timber Exo International Pool Carnival. What is happening is that Kenya is now taking over in terms of organizing the big events. They're the guys that are owning the Grand Mchana tournament that had the biggest cash prize in Africa. Now they are having another comp which is doubling the prize fund of Mchana. $11,600 for whoever will come number one. What will you do with that kind of money? I would buy some pool tables and make a pool arena. One of the tables must be a Heibo table. What will you do? I don't know. But one of over 200 players from Kenya, Tanzania, Uganda, South Sudan, Zambia, Zimbabwe, Malawi, South Africa, Eswatini at Timber Exo Club in Eldoret, Kenya will be fighting out for over $25,000 starting on the 23rd up to the 25th of this month. But now Caesar is about to pull one back with one visit over the table against Joseph Kasozi. This one is a visit match because everyone who wants to visit the table wants to make a clearance with that same visit, like you have just seen. The Scorpion 4 and the Sharpshooter 3.
Caesar 3, Kasozi 4. We are wrestling to 6. Who goes to the final? The party is still young.
Upon us is frame number 8. If Kasozi gets to win it, he will be an overwhelming favorite in my opinion. If he goes 5-3 up in a race to 6, I can see him winning one more frame at least to win the match. Caesar cannot afford to lose this frame. If he does, he will have put himself in a situation where he will need to win 3 frames in a row against a player who is more than capable of breaking and finishing or making a single visit clearance of the table anytime, something that will come only unlikely. The Scorpion has chance after a dry break from the Sharpshooter, and he will want to win frame number 8 and win it by reverse dish. Caesar has to be careful here. He could play the red off the yellow. That is accurate shooting. There will be no complaint. At one time thought they may need video review if Caesar had seemingly maybe double tapped the red and yellow. He will have the issue, Caesar, of that red which is so close to the yellow near where he's having his hands. Maybe he'd want to play to open it up. He will have that shot in mind. The red, which is so close to the yellow, he will try to open up. We're using this shot. Beautiful from the Scorpion. That is what makes him a very, very, very special player. The fans can't get to upload that shot enough. That one is from the top draw, from the Scorpion. The pride of Gulu and Lira and Kampala. The ambassador of Weibo is doing Caesar things on a blackboard table. No better way to finish a frame like that. Caesar 4, Kasozi 4, rest to 6.
Rest to 6. Yes, that is comfortable. Upper counter looks very up there. Right down table 3. Another upper counter play on table 2. Playing a player from a corner. Okay, now leading 3-2 on table 2.
Now that frame that Caesar has just cleared, I will be sharing it to you after this tournament. Maybe when I wake up tomorrow morning, I am even still seeing it in my mind. That is why Caesar is such a joy to watch. Not just how good he plays, how he conducts himself as a player of the table, as a person. Now here he goes, and I'm not saying he's winning this match. It is only 4-4. It is a race to 2. And Kasozi 2 has every chance to win this one. (3-2). Moses Mafia leading against the lady Rashida. Maybe Rashida is shooting beyond herself. How do you even try and get to a final of a men's comp? By the way, she has done it before. I remember it was on the 1st of December last year. She won a men's comp, but in that one she was being head-started. Today it is full race, no handicap. and here she is in the semi-final, still in with a chance, but Mafia is leading. Caesar has to be careful here. He could maybe read off the yellow, just like that. In one moment, when the Scorpion is on the table, it is a bad game. When the Scorpion is on the table, the very next moment it is a good game. And just like this, he's on to the ultimate red, which he will be potting, drawing the white ball backwards. He will want to pot black to the center pocket where he has his hands, and makes it look as easy as even Francis Mukwekwe can pot. Caesar 5, Kasozi 4, rest to 6.
Rest to 6. The stakes are high. You got to the final. Time will tell. It is still 3-2 on table number 2. The Ugambian leading Chikabi. Ugambian.
Thank you for watching. Tafaza Mamvura, it seems you are a good friend of Francis. Sorry to you. My friend Fiona Amandra Opichia, definitely supporting the Scorpion because she has Arua roots like Caesar has a few. Don Gordon, you say Caesar can really be dangerous. Yes, now he's in Caesar territory on the blackboard table. Welcome back from China, guys. Malajamedi, thank you for watching. Also, you seem to be supporting Caesar. Jay is asking if Mafia is going to Kenya. Yes, he is going to Kenya and will be representing Uganda because he is a Ugambian. I am joking. Mycela Sefisa, thank you for watching. You say the top dog is back. No more free passes for you, boys. The top dog has not yet won this match, guys. Don't get so excited. Kasozi can win still. Martin Adepitan, thank you for watching. Saying Caesar is a pool genius. Karib Muhire, good evening to you. You want me to tell Rashida to make sure? She's not making sure. Moses Mafia is as I speak. But Caesar will also have to make sure. My goodness. I just kept quiet to see what this guy is contemplating, and before I could say something, I was amazed. I didn't see that shot coming. That is why the Scorpion is the joy of black ball. What a shot! The imagination, the contemplation, the execution, the shooting, and the pot. He will want to open the black ball with this shot, but also not deny himself white for the last red. And he's doing stuff as though he's placing the balls in their respective positions by playing hand. Draw the white ball backwards, it naturally moves towards the bottom end of the table. He will want to put maybe the ball near the corner pocket first, because it is the more difficult ball to try and get white for black, given the position of the black, which is at the top end of the table. I don't want to suggest that he's listening to me. It is the ball he has to play first. Draw the white ball backwards and off the cushion a little, just like that. And he has given himself an angle in which he cuts the red to the effect that white ball moves towards the top end of the table where there are those three yellows. He may even want to use one of those yellows to stop the movement of the white ball to get an accurate white for the black. It's the white he will want to play. It's the shot. Shot has to be on target. Yes, it is on target. Lovely shooting from the Scorpion. You just cannot play this good when you're just returning from a 1 month competition on the big table and amaze this good on the smaller table. Caesar Chandiga with one of the better performances you will ever see. What a performance, what a player, what a Scorpion. Final score, Caesar 6, Kasozi 4. Thank you for watching. We meet in the final.
We are Durban Arena tonight. Thank you all for coming to tonight.
Okay, I'm not taking off this stream. Let us watch on it the rest of the semi-final between Rashida and Mafia.
Wait, that's not the
Never kuba bya ddala.
Short Chikolomongo.
Welcome aboard, dear viewers, once again to the second semi-final of the ongoing 64-man competition called the 64-man comp. Even though it had 2 ladies in participation, be wary that man can represent male and female. You are watching the lady that, as I have always said, in my opinion, is one of the best female black ball players, not just in this country, Uganda, not just in East Africa, not just on the African continent, but in my opinion also in the world. Rashida Motesi is training 4 frames against 3 against Zambian import Moses Mafia. They are racing to 6 for a place in the final to take on, guess who? Caesar Chandiga. 4-3, Mafia is in the lead against Rashida. We are live on Break and Finish Live Facebook as well as Peter Chore Live YouTube.
Caesar is into the final.
So guys, there are cash prizes in this comp only for the top 4. Of course, it is the 4 semi-finalists, including the 2 as well as Joseph Kasozi and Caesar Chandiga at worst. Caesar can be second because he's in the final. Mafia now looking to make it 5. He's playing some of the best pool that he has ever since his advent of Uganda. We last saw glimpses of him playing at his very best when he just stepped into the country. If you do remember that comp that he won, a 32-man comp at Diplomat Billiards Cafe. Then he won, I think, 2 money matches, and outside of those, he has been a shadow of the tough continental player that he has been known to be. But for this week, he couldn't have gotten any better warm-up for the Timber Excel Pool Carnival that is coming up in Eldoret. He has played 2 comps in 2 days and has been performing well, if not very well, in both. In the last one, he was a losing semi-finalist. That's 24-man comp. That 16-man comp that I did swim on Thursday. Now here he is in the semi-finals, and in my opinion, looking good for the final. But he's not yet in the final. Taking on a lady who is so confident in her own abilities to take down a guy like Mafia. I'm not so certain it was a legal shot, that one. White ball seems frozen against the cushion. And from the live streams that you are seeing in this competition, I cannot certainly say that Ugandan players are the best on the African continent. I cannot, because I know that the South African players are, most especially men's category. But most exciting pool on the continent is Ugandan. The frequency of these competitions, and then of course the availability of the internet for live streaming, and then players who like to go for the game, even tables that are friendly for attack-minded players. Someone like me just takes advantage, of course, being passionate about the sport like yourself, to bring you this action every time that it comes by, just to ensure that we use it to grow the sport. I always take opportunity when you come to watch these games in numbers to say thank you for watching the talents of these players. You ensure that the sport grows, and as a person, thank you for always keeping me relevant and being part of your life as a pool fan. Thank you for watching on Facebook. Peter Mushipi supporting Mafia, saying Zambia to the world. Zambia Kuchalo. Chris Chola, you say Mafia will get something. Yes, he already has something small, but he will not take it light if he loses to Rashida. In fact, the very first time that he came to Uganda, he must have been watching some of these female Ugandan players online in Zambia and was taking stuff for granted. I remember him saying that he can head start any of these girls with +5 in race to 9. I know that that is no longer a story. What is the story is that he has played his last raid very beautifully off Rashida's yellow, getting chance to put it to the center pocket on the left, and nonetheless leaves another tricky red ball because it is right behind Rashida's yellow. Again, he may want to put it by bank to the center pocket or corner pocket where there is another yellow. The shot seems off target. A test of Rashida's mental strength. Whether he can come back against the player as tough, as solid, as competitive, as experienced as Mafia, take him down in a race to 6 in a semi-final with a few hundred players, a few hundred fans watching at the venue, and even more hundreds of fans watching online. Combined on Facebook and YouTube, it's just around 500 people. Not bad, most especially watching a lady exploit her talent. She seems to be not very happy with the table, Rashida. speaking to the umpire that what is the table doing to me. Mafia will not mind. He will want to put red closest to the corner pocket on the left. Maybe bounce the white ball off the bottom cushion or off two cushions. One cushion which is at the bottom and the other where there's proximity to the yellow. Because of too much spin on the cue ball, Moses Mafia misses his red. Now here we are. Umpire Francis has called a foul because as Rashida intended to play a safety shot, there is no ball that reached the pocket. Of course, it is a sign of nerves and nervousness and tension of a semi-final of a player of Mafia's caliber. Mafia will want to put two reds to the corresponding corner pockets diagonally, bottom left and top right of the screen. Black ball is portable with a rail drive to the corner pocket at the top left where there is a yellow, and just like that he will lead with 5 frames against Rashida's free. Here comes more fire. Shot on target, the rest is a formality. Oh no, not as formal as I may have thought. Of course, with the assumption that this table being Super League from the United Kingdom, most of the times when you make a rail drive, when you play a ball right against the cushion, as long as it's driven well, it never ever gets to fail to pot. But Moses Mafia has failed and Rashida has retaliated by playing safety. You get a feeling that should Moses Mafia foul, Rashida will not be letting him in. He must come off any of the cushions and must find the black. He wants to come off the cushion with a little bit of spin, the cushion close to the black. If he misses the black, he opens up Rashida's yellow, which is what has done it. Is a foul. He played black, but off the yellow. Rashida doesn't believe her luck. She has this one yellow ball to pot with 2 visits and then win the frame. That is how fast a frame can turn in favor of one opponent, of one player compared to the opponent. Rashida 4, Mafia 4, rest to 6 is now rest to 2.
As well right now, 4 on table 2. Rashida 4, Mafia 4. Rashida is making a statement. Coins on table 3. Coins on table 3.
If you're just joining the stream, you're watching the second semi-final of an ongoing 64-man competition that is organized at the Diamond Gardens, Diamond Bull Arena near Kampala in the East African country of Uganda. 2 ladies did participate to compete against men. One of them has played as far as the semi-finals. Rashida Motesi drawing 4-4 with Moses Mafia, meaning that this match shall be won by whoever of these 2 players will be the first to 6. And I really pity Mafia. At a personal level, he's my friend. We were having a discussion. Then he told me that he was laughing at Chile Bobo for losing to Diana Kabasa. I don't know if fans will not roast him should he lose, this match. Samaza Joseph Manzi, thank you for watching. You say you like to see Mukwekwe playing with Peter Chove. Do you want me to first kill that guy? George Bilimwali, thank you for watching from Zambia. Definitely supporting Mafia. And those of you who are watching Rashida for the very first time, now you know that there are ladies who can play as good as top men, because Mafia is a top player with loads of experience, loads of accolades. African Championships winning team men's category in 2022 on home soil. He's the one that spotted the black that won the All Africa Pool Championships for Zambia against South Africa's Aiden Joseph. He has played the World Pool Championships with Team Zambia men's category, coming second to England. He has been number 4 out of 200 of Africa's best players in the Grand China Open 2024 last year. But here he is. He only has to be at his very best to try and take down Rashida. Now that speaks volumes of the quality of Rashida. White off the cushion, into the yellow. He even evaded the yellow. That is beautiful shooting from Moses Mafia. Precision cannot come any better than that. He may want to put both red and yellow to the same corner pocket. He may decide to both red and black to the same corner pocket, or he may decide to have black to one of the center pockets, most especially the one on the right. If he draws the white ball backwards, but only slightly backwards, it naturally moves towards the center table, the center pocket on the left. That's the shot he may have played. He decides to roll black round, white round the black. There's a little bit of luck. The contact between white and black may not be what he may have calculated, but yes, he gets a good shot in the end of the day and gets to sink the black, and is having some support even from the Ugandans. He leads by 5 frames. Cyrus Masoti, you're asking if there was headset for Rashida. This tournament had no headset for nobody. The umpire is called Francis Rugambaje. Good evening, umpire.
Good evening, how are you?
Thank you for the work and loving the game.
You're welcome.
Just something to the fans, the people who are watching this game, the people who are supporting the game.
The game is intense, but we believe the Ugambian, in other words, he might edge it, though I'm the umpire, I have no say, and I really thank the fans for watching this game.
Thank you very much. That is the award with the umpire. He is also part of the organizing committee of this competition anyway, which will have only 2 matches left after this one. I will be streaming the final on Facebook and YouTube. I will not be streaming the 3rd place match, sorry. It's the one game that I don't like in my life. It's the one which makes people have double life even in a single life competition. Someone is beaten but is playing again. I don't like that one. Moshipisi, you're asking why Fikoti is not in the tournament. Fikoti is in Tanzania, just like Mafia is in Uganda playing semi-professional pool here. Kelvin did sign a contract with Snipers Pool Club, and yes, he's a player there. But he'll be moving to Kenya. It's across the border on the road from Dar es Salaam to Eldoret. By the way, it's some distance. It could be 2 days, 2 good days on the road. Maybe 1.5 days, but with some rest, 2 good days on the road. Kakoza Hamdan, thank you for appreciating the games, and yes, this effort. Nelson Mupambira, you say Rashida is a very good player, no doubt, and you are supporting her from Zimbabwe. There has been a foul. If Mafia can utilize it very well, he will be reaching a final of a Ugandan comp, something that has not happened for quite a while. And reaching a final of a Ugandan comp of 64 players is quite commendable. And I know he will be making so many people in Lusaka happy. It is 6 reds on the table. There are, however, 5 yellows. Moses Mafia trying to negotiate the 5 yellows, take them down in one visit over the table, take down the black, and then take down Rashida with that effort and reach the final. Last time out that he faced against Caesar, Moses Mafia lost, but in a decider. It was the semi-final of the 32-man comp that was organized in the area that is called Garuga, along the road that leads to the airport. He has come so close so many times. Sometimes he has seemed to be playing under so much pressure. Maybe this is the time for the Zambian to deliver on Ugandan soil. Winning this comp, reaching the final, I don't think for him Mafia will be all about the money. It's just about reaching the final and trying to win it. And while he's very good friends with Caesar, he'll be putting in every effort to try and beat Caesar here in Uganda. That will mean much. I want to believe that now he'll be playing the yellow ball near the corner pocket at the bottom right end of the table first, because it opens up the route where he may want to put the black. It's the ball he's trying to play now. He may want to play it into the red. He may also want to avoid contact between white and red, depending on his direct intentions. He avoids any contact between white and red, places the cue ball at the same exact spot. He would have to place it, if he were given opportunity, to place it by plain hand. He will need to roll that yellow ball to the center pocket on the left, because white ball naturally moves towards the top end of the table, but not so distant from the yellow. He uses Rashida's red to stop the movement of the yellow. That was a lot of pull played in the last 3 shots. Moses Mafia versus the black to take down Rashida to reach the final. Mafia wins.
Moses Mafia into the final. 6-4. Same score as
Final score.
We are going to work
Mafia 6 and Rashida 4. Coming up next is going to be the final between Caesar and Mafia. That one will be live both on Break and Fish Live Facebook as well as Break and Fish Live YouTube. See you shortly.
Yes. Players, please have a rest of only 20 minutes.